Hello, everyone. My name is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel broadcast. Today, we're going to be broadcasting my 1950 Boston Red Sox season replay using PC Replay Baseball. Let's go back to May 3rd, 1950. We're at Fenway Park in Boston, and we're playing the Cleveland Indians, so let's go to the game. Okay, we're here at the lineup screen, and if you've been to the first two broadcasts, you know that we are going to let the AI pick the lineups. Let's take a look at the lineup. If it looks good, we'll use it. If it doesn't look good, we won't use it. It looks good. Now we'll move over to Boston, see what they pick. They picked their usual lineup, and we're going to go with that one. So let's go down to the field.
Replay Radio is live from Boston. Top of the first.
Here we are at Fenway Park on May 3rd, 1950. And let's go over the visitors' lineups. Batting first in left field, Dale Mitchell. Batting second in right field, Bob Kennedy. Batting third at first base, Luke Easter. In center field, batting fourth, Larry Doby. Batting fifth at third base, Al Rosen. Batting sixth at second base, Joe Gordon. Batting seventh at shortstop, Ray Boone. Batting eighth and catching, Jim Hegan. And on the mound, batting ninth, Mike Garcia. On the field for the Red Sox, we have Pesky, Stevens, Dorr, and Dropo in the infield, with Williams, DiMaggio, Zarilla in the outfield, Bertie Tebbets catching, Mel Parnell pitching, and here we go as Dale Mitchell steps in for the first pitch. And he pops it out to the third baseman.
One out, bases empty.
Bob Kennedy steps in. And we have a chart. And he hits a home run over the outfield wall. It's 1-0 Cleveland. It's one interesting thing
One out, bases empty.
One interesting thing about the PC replay game, it doesn't always tell you left, center, or right field. Sometimes it just tells you single, sometimes it tells you double, and sometimes like that it tells you a home run over the outfield wall. So you can guess and pick whichever one you like. Luke Easter stepping up. Luke Easter made his professional debut in the Negro League in 1947 for the Homestead Grays, and his major league debut was August 11th, 49 for these Cleveland Indians. Let's roll the dice. Mel Parnell strikes him out.
2 outs, bases empty.
Up to the plate comes Larry Doby. Larry Doby also started his professional career in the Negro Leagues in 1942 for the Newark Eagles, and he made his major league debut for the Cleveland Indians on July 5th, 1947.
Ball 4. Take the base.
Larry Doby walks.
2 outs, men on first.
Runner on first, Al Rosen steps to the plate. And he hits the ball to short. There's a possible error. We're going to have to roll for Stevens' error here. And it's an error. So not only do they score a run early in the game, there's runners on first and second with 2 men out.
2 outs, men on first and second.
Joe Gordon steps to the plate with runners on first and second. And making this problem for the Red Sox is in their own making with an error and a walk. And he singles to left field. Doby's going to score. Rosen's going to third. Cleveland takes an early 2-0 lead.
2 outs, men on first and third.
Ray Boone steps to the plate. Of course, Ray Boone is the grandfather of a major league player and the father of a major league player. And he made his major league debut on September 3rd, 1948 here for the Cleveland Indians. Hits the ball to short. Stevens throws to Dropo. He's got him.
2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on.
At the end of 1/2 an inning, it's Cleveland 2, the Red Sox coming to bat.
Bottom of the first.
Dom DiMaggio steps in. Let's go over the lineups before he bats. Dom DiMaggio in center batting first. Johnny Pesky batting second and third. Ted Williams in left field batting third. Vern Stevens at shortstop batting fourth. Bobby Doerr at second batting fifth. Al Zarilla in right field batting sixth. Walt Dropo at first base batting seventh. Bertie Tebbetts catching batting eighth. And Mel Parnell batting ninth, and he's on the mound. Let's see how the infield and outfield stacks up for Cleveland. We got Rosen at third, Boone at short, Gordon at second, Easter at first, Mitchell, Doby, and Kennedy in the outfield, Egan catching, Garcia pitching, and DiMaggio looks at the first pitch. Well, he doesn't strike out on the first pitch, but he strikes out.
1 out, bases empty.
I told you earlier, if you've been listening, if this is your first game, you haven't heard this. But if you've heard the first 2 games, it's very difficult to do a play-by-play on PC Replay Baseball because sometimes the outcome of the at-bat takes 1 roll. Sometimes it takes 2. On other times it takes 3. And every now and then you need 4 rolls of the dice to have an outcome. Here we go. Pesky stepping in against Garcia. And he hits a short fly ball to center field, and Doby's going to put it away.
2 outs, bases empty.
Ted Williams steps into up to the plate. He's facing Garcia. And he hits the ball to second, over to first.
They go down quietly, nothing doing this half inning.
At the end of 1, it's Cleveland 2, Red Sox nothing.
Top of the second.
Here we go in the top of the second. Jim Hegan is going to step in for the Indians facing Mel Parnell. Mel Parnell is 2-0 in this short season. And Hegan singles to left field.
No outs, man on first.
Runner on first for the Indians. Coming to the plate is the pitcher, Mike Garcia.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
Let's see what happens. And he pops it out. Unsuccessful.
1 out, man on first.
Runner on first. Mel Parnell is now going to face Dale Mitchell. And Mitchell lines to the second baseman who makes a leaping catch.
2 outs, man on first.
Bob Kennedy comes to the plate. He made his major league debut on September 14th, 1939 for the White Sox. He's got one highlight in his career. He played for the 1948 world champion Cleveland Indians. And he hits a fly ball to center field. DiMaggio puts it away.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. Bottom of the second.
At the end of 1.5 innings, it's Cleveland 2 and the Red Sox nothing. Vern Stevens stepping in against Mike Garcia. Mike Garcia in this season is 0-1 so far. And he breaks the ice and hits a single to center field.
No outs, man on first.
Bobby Doerr steps to the plate. And Bobby hits a line drive, single to right field. Let's see if there's going to be an error on the play. And there is. Runners will advance to second and third. And let's see what the next batter is going to bring.
No outs, men on second and third.
Al Zarilla. Al Zarilla steps in. He is batting for this year, 328 with 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Garcia throws. And he hits a deep fly ball to right field. Going to score a run.
1 out, man on third.
Walt Ropo comes to the plate. Walt Ropo's only been up 4 times this year. And he strikes out. 2 away, runner on
2
third.
outs, man on third.
Bertie Tebbetts, who's batting 118 for the season. We're going to have another roll here. Let's see what happens. And he hits a long ball. It's gone. Bertie Tebbetts homers. And as it says, it's to the outfield screen, so we're going to assume it's in left field. And the Red Sox now lead Cleveland 3-2.
2 outs, bases empty.
Mel Parnell steps in against Garcia. He hits the ball to second. He's out at first.
3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and none left on.
At the end of 2 innings, it's Boston 3, Cleveland 2.
Top of the third.
Luke Easter steps to the plate. He's lefty batter facing a lefty pitcher, Mel Parnell. Hits a grounded ball to short. He's going to be out at first.
1 out, bases empty.
Larry Doby's coming to the plate. Larry Doby is a 7-time All-Star. He was an All-Star from 1949 through 1955 consecutively. Mel Parnell looks in at him and throws. And he pops it up to third base. Pesky's got it.
2 outs, bases empty.
Al Rosen steps in against Mel Parnell. Al Rosen, for the year, is batting .276 with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Gets a ground ball to short, and the inning is over.
And just like that, the inning's over. Bottom of the third.
The end of 2.5, it's Boston 3, Cleveland 2. Dom DiMaggio steps in. Joe DiMaggio's younger brother. And he strikes out. 1 away.
1 out, bases empty.
Johnny Pesky comes to the plate. He's batting 170 for this year. Johnny Pesky's, the right field foul pole, of course, is named after Johnny Pesky. It's a story started by Mel Parnell in the 1960s when he was a broadcaster for the Red Sox. Tells a story about how Johnny Pesky won a game for him by hitting a home run off the right field foul pole. Well, since he only hit 6 home runs in Fenway Park in his entire career, it was not hard to look it up. They did look it up, and the story's fiction. He never hit a home run that hit off the right field foul pole that won a game for Mel Parnell, but the story stuck, and that pole is forever known as Pesky's pole. He hits a foul ball over past first in foul territory, and the second baseman, Gordon, puts it away for the out.
2 outs, bases empty.
Ted Williams steps in. There's not much to be said about Ted that hasn't already been said, so Garcia is going to just pitch to him. Ted Williams walks, something he did quite a bit.
2 outs, man on first.
Vern Stevens steps in. Vern Stevens is batting .393 for the young season. He's got 1 home run, 14 runs batted in. And he pops it up to second base to end the inning.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
The end of 3 innings, the Red Sox 3 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. Cleveland 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error.
Top of the fourth.
Joe Gordon stepping in against Mel Parnell. Gordon's batting .276, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He pops it out to second base.
1 out, bases empty.
Ray Boone stepping in. And he hits a fly ball to center field. And Dom DiMaggio will put it away.
2 outs, bases empty.
Jim Hegan, the catcher. He is batting .276 for the season, no home runs, 1 RBI. Mel Parnell throws. And he hits a ground ball to third. Pesky's going to throw to first.
It's a 1-2-3 inning.
At the end of 3.5, it's still Red Sox 3, Cleveland 2.
Bottom of the 4th.
Bobby Doerr stepping to the plate. Bobby Doerr's batting .440 for the season, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Mike Garcia is going to throw the ball. And there's going to be a single line drive to left field. And we're going to have to check for an error here on Dale Mitchell. And there is an error. Doerr's going to be going to second base.
No outs, man on second.
Al Zarilla steps to the plate. Al Zarilla is the Red Sox right fielder. He's batting .328, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. He's a lifetime .276 hitter. He's having a good year. And he continues that good year with a signal to right. Will Bobby Doerr come home? Let's find out. Nope, he's going to hold.
No outs, men on first and third.
Didn't want to take.
First baseman is playing in.
Didn't want to take the chance. Walt Dropo comes to the plate. Walt Dropo's only been up 5 times this year. He's got 1 hit. And he hits a double to right field. He's going to score. Doerr, let's see what happens to Zarilla. Zarilla may score. We need to roll the dice. And he's going to hold. There's still nobody away, so that's not a bad thing.
No outs, men on second and third.
Red Sox lead 4-2. Bertie Tebbett's homered his last time up, batting .143 with 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. We're going to roll it again here. And he's going to single, knock in Zarilla. Walt Dropo may score. Let's see what happens, and he does.
He now has 4 RBIs today. No outs, man on first.
Red Sox now lead 6-2. They're leaving Garcia in. I have no idea why, but he's going to face Mel Parnell with nobody away. And Parnell strikes out. So we've got the first out of the inning.
1 out, man on first. They're making the call to the bullpen.
I guess they just let him pitch to the pitcher. Bearden's coming in, Gene Bearden. He is going to face Dom DiMaggio with a run on first and 1 out. He walks his runners on first and second.
1 out, men on first and second.
Johnny Pesky steps in. He's batting .167, no home runs, 2 RBIs. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Ground ball to short, and Pesky's going to be out. Runner's going to advance to third and second.
2 outs, men on second and third.
Ted Williams steps in. Be surprised if he doesn't walk. I'm surprised he hits the ball to second, and he throws to first, and the inning's over.
3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on.
The Red Sox have another 3-run inning and now lead Cleveland 6-2.
Top of the 5th.
Gene Bearden's going to face Mel Parnell.
Ball 4. Take your base.
And Mel Parnell's been wild this season. and he walks the pitcher.
No outs, men on first.
Dale Mitchell coming to the plate. And he hits a double into the corner. Bearden's going to hold at third.
No outs, men on second and third.
Bobby Kennedy steps up. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. Bobby Kennedy's batting .371 for the year with a home run and 10 runs batted in. And he hits a single up the middle. He's going to score 2 runs.
He now has 3 RBIs today.
Cleveland inches closer to the Red Sox. The score is now 6-4.
No outs, men on first.
Mel Parnell looks into Luke Easter, left-handed batter and a left-handed pitcher. And he hits a single to center field. And he's going to hold, Bobby Kennedy's going to hold at second base.
No outs, men on first and second.
Larry Doby steps in. This could be Mel Parnell's last batter.
Ball 4.
He walks him.
No outs, bases loaded.
Mel Parnell is going to be lifted as Joe McCarthy heads to the mound. Charlie Shantz is coming in to pitch. He's going to face Al Rosen with the bases loaded. Red Sox lead 6-4. Rosen looks out to Shantz. Shantz looks in, throws. And we're going to have another roll here. Rosen strikes him out.
1 out, bases loaded.
Excuse me, Rosen strikes out. Shantz is the one that struck him out. I hope you'll forgive my inexperience here as an announcer. I'm doing my best. Hopefully, as the year goes on, I'll get a little better. Joe Gordon steps in, bases still loaded, 1 away, and here's the roll. And we're going to have our first rare play of the game. This is the 3 or 4 roll bat I told you about earlier. There's a dribbler to the mound. We're going to have another roll here as I decide what to do. We're going to throw the batter out. And another runner scores.
2 outs, men on second and third.
It's 6-5, but we have 2 outs. And Chance is facing Ray Boone. And he hits a line drive to the shortstop, Stevens, for the
3
end
runs,
of the inning.
3 hits, and 2 left on. Bottom of the 5th.
After 4.5 innings, it's the Red Sox 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Cleveland 5, 6, and 2. Vern Stevens steps in against Bearden. We now have 2 relief pitchers in the game. And Steven hits a home run into the left field screen. The Red Sox get one of those runs back. It's now 7-5.
No outs, bases empty.
Bobby Doerr steps in, batting .451. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. And he's going to single to right field.
No outs, men on first. The defense is playing in at the corners.
Al Zarilla, batting .339 with a home run and 8 RBIs, is facing Bearden. Doerr's at first base. Red Sox lead 7-5. Here's the roll. Ball's hit to short. He's going to be out at first. Door's going to take second on the fielder's choice.
1 out, men on second.
Walt Ropo, who's 2 for 6 for the season, is stepping in. He doubled his last time up. He will be facing Bearden. And he hits a fly ball to center field. He's going to be out. 2 away.
2 outs, men on second.
Bertie Tebbets hit a home run and singled. He's had a great game at the plate. Door at second base. Here we go. Intentionally walks Tebbets. He's going to face the pitcher.
2 outs, men on first and second.
But there's going to be a pinch hitter. Billy Goodman going to pinch hit with runners on first and second. Bearden's facing Goodman. Goodman's hitting .455 for the year with a home run and 9 RBIs. The bases are now loaded.
2 outs, bases loaded.
Dom DiMaggio steps in. Dom DiMaggio hitting .304, no home runs, 5 runs batted in. He's struck out twice and walked today. And he pops it up to second to end the inning.
1 run, 2 hits, and 3 left on. Top of the 6th.
At the end of 5, it's the Red Sox 7, Cleveland Indians 5. We need a new pitcher, so let's see who's going to come in. Chuck Stobbs is coming in for the Red Sox. He will be facing Jim Hegan. Hegan is singled and grounded to third. And he lines out to Williams and left.
1 out, bases empty.
Gene Bearden coming to the plate. He's walked in his only appearance. And there's a leaping catch by Bobby Doerr, 2 away.
2 outs, bases empty.
Dale Mitchell steps in. He's popped to third, lined out, and doubled today. And now he hits a deep fly ball to right to end the inning.
And just like that, the inning's over. Bottom of the 6th.
At the end of 5 1/2, Red Sox lead 7-5. Johnny Pesky facing Gene Bearden. Ground out short to first, 1 away.
1 out, bases empty.
Ted Williams steps in. Ted Williams is grounded to second, walked, and grounded to second. He hits a line drive in the gap. Let's see what happens. Ted Williams doubles. He's going to be on second base with 1 away.
1 out, man on second.
Vern Stevens steps up. He's singled, popped out to second, and he's hit a home run today. And he hits the ball to short. There's a possible error. We're going to roll for the error here. Doesn't look like Ray Boone is a very good fielder. And he makes the error. Williams is going to score. Stevens is going to second. And the Red Sox now lead 8-5.
1 out, man on second.
Bobby Doerr's 3 for 3 today, all singles, raising his average to .462. Hits the ground ball to short. He's going to be out at first. Stevens is going to go to third.
2 outs, men on third. They're making the call to the bullpen.
Early Wynn is coming in to pitch. Thought he was a starting pitcher, but maybe in 1950 he relieved. Al Zarilla stepping in against the left-handed Early Wynn. And he singles to left field, knocking Stevens in for the 9th run of the game.
2 outs, men on first.
The Red Sox now lead 9-5. Walt Dropo steps in against Early Wynn. Runner on first base, 2 outs. Here we are for the second roll. Anything over 31, and it's a single. And it's a single. Cirilla is going all the way to third.
2 outs, men on first and third.
With Bertie Tebbets coming up. Tebbets has had quite a day. He's homered, singled, and intentionally was walked in the last time up. And he hits a short fly ball to center field to end the inning.
2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on.
At the end of 6, it's Boston 9 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. The Cleveland Indians 5 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors.
Top of the 7th.
Bobby Kennedy to face Chuck Stobbs. And he flies out to Williams and left.
1 out, bases empty.
Luke Easter coming in. It's ground ball to first. It's going to be a single as it's off his glove. And Easter's on first with 1 away.
1 out, men on first.
Larry Doby steps to the plate. He's walked, popped out to third, and walked again. And he's got an infield hit. Runners on first and second, 1 away, and once again, replay baseball, PC replay baseball just tells me it's an infield single.
1 out, men on first and second.
Well, now we have a pitching event. It's a wild pitch, maybe. No, it won't be a wild pitch because Stobbs didn't throw one. That's what that 6 means.
1 out, men on first and second.
Now Rosen steps in. Hits a ground ball to second. Over to first. Double play.
No runs, 2 hits, and 1 left on.
Cleveland wasted their opportunity at the end of 6.5. It's 9-5 Boston.
Bottom of the 7th.
And the pitcher, Chuck Stobbs, will come to the plate facing Early Wynn. Let's see what happens. It's a short fly ball to center field. Doby puts it away.
1 out, bases empty.
Dom DiMaggio stepping to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. He's struck out twice. He's walked, and he's popped to second. And he now is lined out to left field.
2 outs, bases empty.
Johnny Pesky stepping in. Pesky flied to center, fouled out to second baseman, grounded short to first on the last 2 times he was at bat. And he singles to right field, runner on first.
2 outs, men on first.
Ted Williams steps to the plate, batting .345 with 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. He's grounded to second, twice walked, and doubled. And now he's walked again. Runners will be on first and second.
2 outs, men on first and second.
Vern Stevens up, batting .391, 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in. He singled, popped out to second, homered, and reached on an error by the shortstop, Boone. It's a dribbler to the catcher, and he's out at first for the end of the inning.
No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on. Top of the 8th.
After 7 complete, it's the Red Sox 9, the Indians 5. Chuck Stobbs will face Joe Gordon. Joe Gordon has singled, popped out to second, grounded to the pitcher who threw him out at first. Gets the ball to second. To first, he's out.
1 out, bases empty.
Ray Boone is grounded to short, flied to center, lined out to short. He's batting .257. No home runs, 3 runs batted in. We're going to have another roll here. And he's going to fly out to right field. 2 away.
2 outs, bases empty.
Jim Hegan steps to the plate. He's singled. He's grounded out third to first and lined out to left field. He's batting .258, no home runs, 1 RBI. Stobbs looks at him and throws. There's a ball hit to first, possible error. We're going to have to roll again to see what happens. And there is an error, and Hegan will reach.
2 outs, man on first.
Early Wynn steps in, but I assume we're going to have a pinch hitter.
The manager calls for a pinch hitter.
Thurman Tucker. Thurman Tucker has been up once this year. He's 0 for 1.
Ball 4.
And he walks. He's still 0 for 1. Top of the order coming up.
2 outs, men on first and second.
Dale Mitchell has popped out to third, lined out to second, doubled, and flied out to right.
Ball 4. Take the race.
Chuck Stobbs is getting a little wild, and they're playing with fire here. Only 4 runs up with the bases loaded.
2 outs, bases loaded.
Joe McCarthy's walking to the mound. And he's replacing the pitcher with Joe Dobson. He went with a righty to face Bob Kennedy. And he strikes him out to end the inning.
No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 3 left on.
At the end of 7.5, it's still 9-5 Boston.
Bottom of the 8th. They're making the call to the bullpen.
Red Sox have Bobby Doerr coming up. He singled 3 times and grounded to short. And he's going to walk.
No outs, man on first.
Al Zarilla stepping in, batting .344, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. He had a sacrifice fly his first time up, singled, grounded to short, and singled the second time. Gets a deep fly ball to right field, and he's going to be out.
1 out, man on first.
Walt Dropo steps in, batting .375. He struck out, doubled, flied to center, and singled. And he's hit the ball to short. There's going to be a possible error here again on Ray Boone. But he's not going to make it. He's going to make the play. He throws to second for the force out. Dropo's going to first.
2 outs, man on first.
Bertie Teppett steps in. He's had quite a day. He hit a 2-run homer. Single knocking in 2 runs. He was intentionally walked. He flew out to center. Batting .162, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and Benton throws. And Benton strikes him out to end the inning.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
We're going to the top of the 9th inning. Red Sox lead 9-5.
Top of the 9th.
The right-handed Dobson will face Easter, Doby, and Rosen, and the first pitch to Easter is ball hit to first. Possible error. Let's see what happens. There is an error, and Easter will be on.
No outs, men on first.
Both teams have committed 3 errors in this game. Pretty sloppy. The Red Sox are playing with fire as Larry Doby steps in. He lines out to Williams and left, one away.
1 out, men on first.
Now Rosen coming up. Rosen reached on an error, grounded out to short, struck out, grounded into a double play. He's up with a runner on first, one away here in the 9th inning. He hits a fly ball to center. DiMaggio puts it away.
2 outs, men on first.
Cleveland down to their last out. Dobson will face Joe Gordon, who has singled, knocked in a run, popped up to second, grounded to the pitcher, and grounded to the second baseman. He's batting .250 with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Dobson throws. And the shortstop makes a leaping catch to end the game.
From all of us at Replay Games, thanks for playing.
Well, there you go. Chuck Stobbs is the winning pitcher. He's 2-1. Garcia took the loss, 0-2. Once again, PC Replay Baseball gave Joe Dobson a save. Unfortunately, there were no saves in 1950. Bertie Tebbetts was the MVP. No injuries in the game. Let's take a look at the box score. If we go down, the Red Sox, Dorr had a great game. Vern Stevens had a good game. Zarilla and Dropo had a good game. The Red Sox had 13 hits. They win. They had 9 runs, 13 hits, 3 errors, while Cleveland had 5 runs, 8 hits, and 3 errors. Kennedy and Easter had 2 hits apiece for the Indians. Now, let's go on and see what happened in the rest of the league today after I press that button. The Yankees beat the White Sox 7-2 at home. The Senators lost to the St. Louis Browns 2-0 at home. St. Louis pitched a 1-hitter. The Philadelphia Phillies beat the Chicago Cubs in Chicago 6-1. The Cincinnati Reds defeated the New York Giants 6-4 in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh lost to the Boston Braves 6-2 in Pittsburgh, and St. Louis beat Brooklyn in St. Louis. Let's take a look at what the standings look like for this season. So far, we've got Detroit, New York, and Boston on top, and they all look like it's close to a virtual tie. Early in the season, there's a lot of rainouts, so Boston has 15 games, while Detroit only has played 9, and the Yankees 11. And Cincinnati leads the National League 9-2. Well, anyway, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. Thanks for joining me for today's broadcast. We'll see you on the channel for next week's game. Be sure to follow the season as it progresses on my Sports Replays Facebook page. And so long for now. Have a good day.